This journey actually starts a short drive away in the little town of Bethlehem, where I checked out Banksy's walled-off hotel and some of his street art. Bethlehem is in Palestine, a disputed territory within Israel. Are Israelis allowed to go into Palestine?
If they want to go to Palestine, they should have a permit.
The separation wall separates Israel from the West Bank of Palestine.
This wall is surrounded all over the Palestinian territories, 450 kilometers.
And this is my idea. Make Jews, not wolves.
That's good. The reason I came to Bethlehem is to see where Jesus Christ was born. This is the entrance to the Church of the Nativity with some random tourists out front. No matter who you are, you must bow to get inside. And it's busy inside.
So when we go down to the right place, which is the stairs. To the left, the main other place where his mother was looking.
This is the Mount of Olives. From here, this is where Jesus ascended into heaven. But before that, this is where Jesus began his triumphant entry into Jerusalem on what we now know as Palm Sunday. This is also the highest point in Jerusalem. Regardless of what you believe, it's pretty cool to come here and follow this route Jesus took over 2,000 years later. So as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'm trying to figure out how to get into the old city of Jerusalem. When Jesus came to Jerusalem, as he approached Jerusalem from the Mount of Olives, he would have walked down this same path. However, when Jesus entered Jerusalem, he would have done so through the East Gate. However, the East Gate to the old city of Jerusalem has been walled up from medieval times, so I'll have to find another way in. King David was known to walk through this valley, so it may have inspired him to write Psalm 23, which is contained in the Hebrew Bible and in the Christian Old Testament. On the east side of the valley are the city walls, and on the west side of the valley is an old Jewish cemetery. When the sun rises, the graveyard casts a shadow over the valley, so it may explain why he wrote, "As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me." Okay, it's Shabbat today, so it's the Jewish Sabbath. So nothing's open, no public transportation, but I'm on my way to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre to start the Via Dolorosa. And the Via Dolorosa, it's an actual street here in the old city of Jerusalem, but it's also a Christian pilgrimage. And it's thought to be the route Jesus walked after he was mocked and beat and sentenced to die. He was forced to carry his own cross to be crucified. So behind me is the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. This is probably the most famous spot for Christians in the entire world. This is the spot where Jesus was buried and where Jesus rose again. Now, in the place where Jesus was crucified, there was a garden. This is the Garden Tomb. Protestant Christians prefer this site as the location of Jesus' tomb because it's more evocative of what is reflected in the Bible. Scientists have actually dated this tomb to before Jesus, which may contradict the Bible because the Bible says that a new tomb was built for Jesus. So it's hard to know because we're going back 2,000 years.